This is Margaret's from Margaret's Crafts. I wanted to share with you my third card in my mini-series on easy Christmas cards. This one is I guess this is a double fold card, and it opens out and it's very simple, and then you can stamp whatever sentiment that you want in the inside. This one is another very easy to make card, but I think it turned out really cute. And the way you make it is like this. You take your, the paper that I'm using again is from my Making Memories paper pack, Believe. 6x6 paper pack is what I'm using on most of these cards. You're going to take your base piece, which measures out the 5.5 by 8.5. And what we're going to do is we want to just find the center of this. So on the 8.5 inch side. So if it's 8.5, I need it 4 1/4. So I'm just going to put this at my 4 1/4. Close it, and this is going to be the cutting line for the 4 1/4, so you know that's going to be my center. And don't mark it all the way up to the top or to the bottom. Don't mark it all the way to the top or to the bottom. Mark it in the middle. Just put a very light line, because you're going to cover over this. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take your page, left or right, fold it to the line. This is a way that you can do this without using a scoreboard or some type of scoring tool if you don't have it. And smooth that out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Meet the other, all you have to do is match up the other side there. And smooth it out. So now that gives you your 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card, your basic card that you're using. And so we know that this is 5.5, and this is 2 1/8. So we're going to cut this 2 inches wide. So I'm just going to cut a couple of 2 inch wide strips. That's going to leave just a slight border around it. Okay, if these were cut at 5.5, I just want to take 1/8 of an inch off, so I want to do it 5 and 7/8, or just go down to the very first line, however you want to do it, and just cut it off, because I just want a thin border around it of the white. Okay. And while I have the cutter out, we know that our card base is 4 1/4, but I want to cut it just an 1/8 of an inch shorter than that, and it was cut at 5.5, so I want to cut it 1/8 of an inch shorter than that. And that's going to be for our inside of the card, to cover up our inside with with leaving a small border. I didn't cover these areas here, but if you want to, you can cover those in red. You can just make them the same size as you're making the outside flaps. Okay, and all we're going to do is we're going to tape the inside down. And see, that will cover up that little mark that we made in the middle. And just center this right in the center of the card. Make for sure you don't get into the folds. That's why we cut it a little bit smaller on all 3 sides. Just like that. Now we're going to cover the outside. And if you want to distress the edges, you know, with your ink, that's fine. See how it's going to sit right there with a little border around it. Okay. Make for sure that you have your paper going in the right direction. If there's, like, I had some writing on my paper, so I wanted to make for sure I got my writing in the right direction so that I don't have my writing upside down. And I want to center that in the center of this little section, leaving your nice little border all the way around, and just press it down. Do the same thing with your other side. Put that on. Okay, and that's our card base. Now, to make the little flap, this little section right here, all I did was I took some chipboard. This is from Walmart's after Christmas last year. And I'm just going to pick out whatever sentiment that I want on here. And this one says, Santa Claus is coming. I'm not going to go straight down on here with it. First, I'm going to put it on. Since it's red, I'm going to start off with putting this on my white. I'm going to center it between, I'm going to line it up with 2 sides. You don't have to do any measuring with it. Just do a nice guess to get it nice and even. Don't press it down until you're satisfied with it. Then stick it down. Then all I'm going to do is take my scissors and trim the same amount on the other 2 sides. Okay, that's number 1. And I would like to double mat it. I'm going to put it on red again. So I'm going to tape the back of this. All 4 sides. And I'm going to do the same thing with putting this on the red. When I like where it is, just press it down and trim it up. Okay, now on my card, this is going to sit right there. Okay, so this time figure out what side you want it to be glued on, and you're only going to put your tape on half. And I don't put it all the way to the half mark. What I do is I figure out right about where I want to put it, and then right near that edge mark, right in the center of where it will lay, I'll put another strip of tape right up there. Now let's even it out again where I want it to sit. Make sure you have your two sides together, nice and even. Sit it down, make for sure it's straight on there. Give it a good press. Then you can open it up and press it out really well. And that's how you make the card to flip open like that. You can have stamp a sentiment, write your sentiment on the inside, and then to add to it just a little bit I did up here, I put the little holly. All I'm going to do is take my holly punch, my holly leaf punch, and a circle punch. Already did one. All I'm going to do is punch out one more. And with my circle punch, I just like to open it to see where I'm at. Okay, now I'm just going to take my glue and I'm going to glue down my leaf. And let's do the same on this one. And if I put the small to that center, I like to keep the small going the same direction. Okay, now all you're going to do is put a little drop at the base. I put that one on first. Then I'll put another little drop and I overlap them. And I'll do the same thing with this one. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, then if you want to, you can wait for that all to dry, and you can go over it with stickles if you want to on your little holly. And that's the completion of that card. That's how easy it is to make this different fold, double fold card there. And here's just with another one of those stickers. And it's all folded in. And these were just the stickers that I picked up at Walmart last year. So you can make an assortment of all different kind of cards the same exact way. Thank you very much for watching my video. Bye.